Yeah, so we've won £30,000 worth of funding from Children in Need, based locally, so we're supported through Leeds and Hull. The project really came on the back of some work that we did with young people that are here in our alternative education provision unit. We found that we were doing great work 9 till 2:30 in the afternoon during school time, and then we'd get to school holidays and mums and dads and carers would be ringing us up after 2 weeks saying, we're going bonkers, we need something to do with our young people. And similarly after school as well, we were finding that perhaps some of the young people that we work with didn't have the advantages of going to after school clubs, dance clubs, doing activities that perhaps we enjoyed as we were growing up. So we did a little bit of a trial with some lottery funding that we won just over a year ago, and ran a project called Safe and Well, which is about offering fitness and health, media, but particularly around things like online safety as well. And we've run that as an after-school club and holiday activity. It was particularly successful, so we approached Children in Need and asked to extend that project over 3 years, and then to embed 1 or 2 other things that we felt were important. So we found that a lot of our young people weren't having the opportunity to go away on residential trips, camps and things like that perhaps other young people have enjoyed. And even simple things like perhaps going to a theme park in the summer holidays. So the funding gives our young people the opportunity to use our facilities after school and in the school holiday to do 1 or 2 more sort of exciting activities like kayaking, rock climbing. We've got a laser shooting day today, which is the first project delivery output that we're offering. That's an indoor one. Actually, the weather's delightful today, but we thought this time of year it was a good idea to do something indoors. So we're going to run this project, as I say, over 3 years. We're doing 1 or 2 bits of work with local partners. So one of the activities will be an overnight sail on the Cat Zero yacht, which is a great opportunity, I think, for young people to develop other skills, to go away, see what it's like to live in a confined space and see what develops out of that. So we're absolutely delighted to have obviously secured the funding. It's always really good funding to have. At the launch event, we had somebody dressed up as Pudsey, which was lovely. So it's been a great piece of funding. We're hopeful now that starting today, that this will be an opportunity for local people in Grimsby to come and enjoy over the next 3 years.
When I first came here, I didn't go out, I didn't play football, or I didn't do anything. I just stayed in the room. So then when I got used to the guys, I went out.
So what are you looking forward to with the things that you do here? What is it that you enjoy about coming here?
Hanging out with the friends, playing football with them, playing all sorts with them actually. Basketball, football, anything.
Well, I got kicked out of mainstream school for a bit of violence and stuff like that. And as soon as I came here, I was quiet, I was shy, I didn't know anybody. There was people bigger than me, and it was intimidating, but I got to know them a bit more. I started hanging out outside of school as well. And since then, from the start, throughout, I've completely changed my attitude towards people, my behaviour, and just got on with it, really.
So CPO has helped sort of change your life, really, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of things on this project are you looking forward to do? We talked about theme parks and things, but I mean, what are your interests and what is it that you get to do at CPO that helps?
Well, what we do here is we do team building and exercises and everything to get to know each other a lot, and just don't be shy towards each other. Just become friends and no bullying either. Bullying's not tolerated here at all, and just get on with it. Hopefully, as soon as I leave CPO, I'm going into the army, because I'm doing my QPD training through Doncaster when I get breaks from here, and it's going really well and halfway through.
So when do you think that you'll be able to get into the army?
When I turn 17, and then hopefully progress through even more.
What would you say to people who don't really know what CPO does and how it makes a difference in people's lives?
just if you've got very low confidence, it really helps to boost it up. So if you've been kicked out of all mainstream schools, they're not going to let you back in. This gives you a second chance to redeem yourself, if you get what I mean.
Hello, I'm Mo Favel, the Ops Manager at CPO, and this is...
Moira Mann from CPO. I'm a delivery officer.
So what we're here today to is part of our Go Wild Go Free project, which is to give young people who lives in the community opportunities to leave, get out of town and do fun things. So today we're at Hubbard Hills and they're just eating some food and having some hot chocolates with flakes in and marshmallows. And then later on they're going to go out and they're going to look for
These rocks which they've painted on one of the other activities. They painted all these rocks, and today they're actually going to... Joe and myself have been out today and we've hidden the rocks. They've got maps to follow and they're going to pick them up and hopefully bring them back. The idea is then that they're going to go and free run and hide them again for somebody else to look at.
And when they do that, they're going to get prizes.
Yep.
But today is Valentine's Day. So love is in the air. So what we've done, we're going to sort of sneakily put a few Valentine cards out. Is that right, Maura?
Yep.
We're going to put some Valentine's card out so everyone can have a bit of love. Right, Macaulay. So we went laser shooting last time, didn't we? So today, what we're going to do today?
Looking for rocks.
Do you think you're going to be good at looking for rocks? Yeah. Do you think you might find more than one? Maybe 5? Probably. I think, what are you looking forward to doing? Are you looking forward to going to the kayaking in a few weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you fancy going on that boat for a couple of days? Yeah. Do you think you're going to be sick? Are you cold? We are freezing. A picnic when it's absolutely freezing. Let's have a look, shall we? So this is going to, all these showing you where to go. Then when we go through it, you'll find. Yeah, well that's isn't it? That's
Is that a bridge?
Wow. Yeah, you're going to go over some stepping stones. Yeah.
Is that water?
That is water. So we're going to go.
Oh, I'm not going over there.
And if you fall, you're...
The crocodile will get you.
Well, somebody will have to catch me because I can't swim.
What about the crocodiles?
They'll eat me.
Oh, well, luckily there's none of them. Right, so look, then you go on the next page, you'll look for these and you'll find some more stones.
Well, I have to hold this.
What, do you want me to hold it for you?
Yeah, please.
Oh, what's it like? So look, there's lots of pictures and then you're going to find all the stones. And then you end up back here.
Okay.
Right.
Are we going on?
What have you found, Sam?
These.
Oh, very nice. Where did you find them?
This one. I can't remember where I found them, but I'll go.
So what do you win for finding the stones?
I don't know.
You don't know. Do you get a prize?
Do you win for finding all these stones? Do you get a prize for finding them?
Probably. That's probably. I thought just find them, like, you know, be a big thing.
Have fun, guys. What?
Activities Away in South Highcombe. It's an outdoor activity centre. The young people are going to be taking part in archery and kayaking as part of the Children in Need project that we run from CPO. Fortunately, the weather's turned nice for us. Bit miserable this morning, but I think we're going to be okay.
Excellent. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to do?
I've done my bit, the archery. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on the water, but the water's not my thing.
So what have you enjoyed the most?
Probably the kayaking bit and getting wet. To be honest, it's fun. It's a joke.
Kayaking bit.
Yeah. What do you think of the archery?
Shocking. We were all
You
shocking.
were shocking.
I was
Yeah.
shocking.
We were all
yeah.
shocking except for them.
He's good.
Not everyone did better. We tried. Have you ever done it before?
No, that's my first time.
He overcame his fear with water as well. So that's good.
So we're here today with the group from CPO, and we're getting ready to get the guys familiarised with the yacht Cat Zero, and then we're going out sailing tomorrow. We're going to do a 24-hour sail, going out on the tide tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, and we're going to show them the ropes. We're going to get out, we're going to put the big sail up in the middle, the mainsail, then we're going to get a go using the helm, the steering wheel, and we're going to take them through a brief how to use the winches, and probably head all the way up to the Humber Bridge for then turning round, and we'll then sail all the way back down here to Grimsby. The group from CPO arrived on Wednesday evening. We got them all on board, meet and greet, showed them around the boat. We did familiarisation, walks down below and up on deck, which is all in preparation for taking them to sea on Thursday morning, where we set sail at 6:30 in the morning. We headed out into the Humber. We put the mainsail, the big sail up behind us, and then we took them through some winch drills, getting them to understand how to use the winches on board. We brought them all the way up to Hull, and then we turned around, put the sails up at the front of the boat, and tacked all the way down to Spurn Point, which is just under 20 miles, which is amazing for a little group of 10 to 16-year-olds. Tacking a boat of this size, 22 metres of ocean-going racing yacht, is no mean feat. After that, we had some lunch, and we took them across to the fort, Balsam Fort. They wanted to go and see that. We then came back over to Spurn Point, where we dropped the anchor, and had an hour sort of rest time before then sailing the yacht all the way back up to just outside Hull Marina, where we put the anchor down around about 7 o'clock last night. We then went into a watch system, an anchor watch, so from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock this morning, in pairs for an hour and a half each, they sat there and took all the details to ensure that the boat didn't move away from its anchorage, enabling the rest of us to have some sleep and keeping the boat really safe. So, and then this morning, all up at 6 o'clock, we got the boat ready, and we've just brought the boat back into Hull Marina. The first night, and it's very usual for any group getting on board the boat, whether it's executives or young people, the 10 to 16-year-olds, we have one female on board who's never been away from her mum for more than 3 hours. So, you know, there's a bit of worry and concern about what's going to go ahead, but, you know, that's the fear factor, you know, with anything new. But they all settled down, and you could tell once they got into the sailing and understanding that the boat was going to turn upside down, they all found it, you know, exhilarating. What the main reason for the coming on board was about trying to get them to integrate and communicate together, and there's no better environment than being on board a yacht, especially when it's windy, and it was quite windy yesterday morning, for ensuring that you can communicate and communicating well. But they also loved the downtime when we was at anchor, and had lots of fun, and we've made a video, and you saw them, you know, their confidence build, their self-esteem, and just some of the comments this morning have been amazing. You know, I think their expectations have been exceeded, and they've seen a different, you know, side of the area that they live in, the Humber, and also, you know, that sailing is difficult. However, that if you try stuff, you can do it, and I think that's a good, you know, lesson for life. That now they can move on and try different stuff, you know, and hopefully move on to positive outcomes.
Before the trip, they didn't know each other. Although there were some siblings, there was a lot of sibling rivalry, and the idea behind the whole trip was to get them to work together and overcome the differences, and they've had to do that because they've worked together as a team. It hasn't been any families, it's just been a team, and it's been absolutely brilliant.
The things I've liked about the trip is putting the sails up and driving the boat. We got to drive the boat and pull some ropes around to make the sails go up and things.
They've learned that they've had to work together. There's no I in team. They've had to work together. They've had to rely on each other. They've had to tie each other onto the boat. They've had to work together to pull in the ropes. They've done all sorts of things. Everything that they've done has been together, washing up, getting the bunks together, everything. So, you know, they just have to get muck in, and there hasn't been one argument, which has been brilliant.
Well, between the past couple of days, we've been doing like some activities like we've all been sailing, and we've all helped steer the boat, and been helping other people like with the sails and with the wind. That's it. What I've really enjoyed is definitely steering the boat, and like when we're at high tide, the high wind, and going against the waves. I think this one's been great because it's better than the others, as it's more like enjoyable, and it's more like hard working, and it tests you to your limits.
It's an experience they'd never ever get before. You know, parents aren't in the position that they could afford it, and it helps them to just get an experience of life, which is really good for them.
Yeah. I'd say it's a good experience. You'll probably enjoy it, and it's fun. You get to try new things, and you get to meet new people and everything like that. It's fun to explore as well. If I was talking to my friends, I'd say it's really good, and they should try it and join the club to come on more trips like this.